sometimes you can make the most amazing discoveries when you are not looking for them. That's what happened for two brothers whose property lies just south of Highway 9 in western Oklahoma. What they found offers a glimpse into the state's prehistoric past and the people who lived here thousands of years ago.
Nowadays, the largest wild animals you're likely to find in Oklahoma are the American bison, much like these at the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge near Lawton. But if you had lived in southwest Oklahoma about 11,000 years ago, you were just as likely to come face to face with a woolly mammoth, a now extinct distant cousin of the elephant. Mammoths obviously aren't around anymore, but every now and then, evidence of their existence turns up. Rudy Tartza and his brother were searching for arrowheads on their land just south of Carnegie when they made their historic find.
Yeah, we thought it was just a rock, but as we turned it over, cleaning it a little bit, we've seen these teeth on there. So it's got to be some.
Dr. Leland Beeman with the Oklahoma Archaeological Survey says it was indeed something.
Well, what he had was a part of a lower jaw from a mammoth, and this included one tooth that was still in place in that jaw. And it was from a young mammoth, probably an animal no more than about 5 years old at the time of its death.
Mammoth bones have been found in Oklahoma before, usually turning up after the spring rains.
And what happens is, you get flooding or you get a lot of water going down through a stream, and it starts washing out the banks. And contained in these deposits along the banks of many of the rivers and streams are the bones of animals that have died and been buried.
In fact, the Dombo Canyon along the Tonkawa River in Caddo County is famous as a mammoth kill site. Mammoth bones were discovered there in 1961, along with spearheads that archaeologists believe were used to kill the animal.
Projectile points like this associated with mammoth bones would be an indication that there was a Clovis group in the area hunting mammoths.
Most of the bones found in Oklahoma are from animals who died of natural causes. But the tools discovered at the Dombo site suggest that it was the Clovis, thought to be among the first people on the American continent, who killed the beast and butchered it for food.
This is why when Mr. Tartza called and said he had mammoth bones, did I want to come out and see where it was? I said yes, because there's got to be more mammoth kills around. We just haven't been able to find them.
Rudy didn't find any spearheads on his land, although he and his brother did find something else.
I'm thinking this rock right here maybe was a tool.
Rudy thinks the rock may have been used by hunters to dress the beast after it had been killed. Of course, mammoths weren't the only large animal that may have been hunted here. In fact, the Sam Noble Museum of Natural History in Norman is filled with skeletons of creatures that once roamed the Oklahoma plains. Nick Japleski is the museum's curator of vertebrate paleontology.
We had giant bison, we had giant short-faced bears, there were saber-toothed cats of a couple of different kinds, camels.
All those animals are now extinct, most likely due to climate change, which altered their natural habitat. But it's also possible that humans played a role in their disappearance.
Humans came into North America at about that same time and may have either directly caused their extinctions, because a lot of the ones that went extinct were these big huntable things, or else a combination of those two factors might have kind of acted synergistically.
What Rudy found was only a portion of a jaw, so it's hard to say just when this mammoth died or what caused its death.
This particular animal probably had lived about 100,000 or so years ago. It was hard to tell. We know it was at least 11,000 years old because that's when mammoths went extinct in Oklahoma.
Rudy says he and his brother aren't finished looking for mammoth remains.
Yeah, we plan to come out again. Maybe bring some shovels and bring some of those young guys got a lot of muscles, and then come and do some digging for us.
And he says the discovery has taught him to keep his eyes open.
You never know what's under there. We come and dig it up, whatever. There could be a whole skeleton.
Rudy hasn't decided what to do with his mammoth jaw. He says he may sell it or donate it to a museum, or he just may decide to keep it as a memento of Oklahoma's earliest history.